Well, I'll start by asking what first attracted you to Maleficent?
I don't know. It's just nothing. It's like nothing I've really been involved with before. The scale of it and the sort of the type of story it is. Working with Angelina, of course. Yeah.
Because I mean, when I first heard they were doing sort of Sleeping Beauty, sort of spin-off, so to speak, I sort of rolled my eyes. But having seen some of this morning and just looking at the sort of poster and stuff, it's a much darker tale than I'd initially envisaged. Did you find that to be the case with yourself as well?
Well, I think Rob and the design of the world is sort of is scary. Some of the creatures are scary, and I know Angelina wanted to sort of push it to not the limit, but push it a bit more in that sort of a bit of a sort of edgier direction. Hence the leather.
And because you're playing Diaval, is that right?
Very good, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, because it's a half raven, half man sort of hybrid.
Well, he's all raven in his mind, I think, but she turns him into whatever creature she needs at any time. She sends me away as a raven to go and spy on things, and then when she comes back, she turns me into a fella, so I can tell her what it is I've seen, because birds can't talk, of course.
And is it quite surreal then watching this back and seeing the finished product? Because I suppose, as you are playing a raven predominantly, it must be quite strange that you record your parts and then, when you see it, it must look, it's almost not you doing it.
Yeah, I've not seen the film yet, but I mean, I think in theory I'm in the film quite a lot, but as all these different animals and things like that. But I've only really seen bits from the trailer, a few clips of it, sort of me changing into things. It looks nuts.
So if you could transform into any animal, what would you most like to transform into?
Cat, maybe. They have a good life.
Yeah, sort of lazy.
Yeah, that suits me.
Yeah. And obviously you've made sort of big sort of successful films in the past, but none so much on this kind of scale and sort of budget and blockbuster type, I'd say.
No, I've never had I don't think I've ever had a film in the top 10 of anything, box office or anything like that.
So how was this sort of experience for you? Was it notably different? Did you walk onto set and think, right, this is the big time, sort of, so to speak?
Yeah, the very first time I did, yeah, because it was sort of the set was incredibly, grandiose, and Angelina was stood there already on set with her back to me with his horns and the collar, and I'd got driven to set in a golf buggy, and that doesn't usually happen on indie films. I remember arriving there and thinking, this is pretty nuts, I'm in a Disney movie with Angelina Jolie. This is pretty surreal.
And how was Angelina to work with? Because she's such a huge star that she seems almost sort of unreachable. But obviously, you got to know her as a person.
Yeah, she's not like. I mean, it was funny because when we met, she was like, "Oh, call me Angie" or something, but I couldn't to begin with. I thought, no, I can't call her that. So I think I called her Angelina for certainly the first few weeks, until eventually he went, no, really everybody does call me Angie, so now I allow myself to say it. But she's, right from the get-go, she was super nice with me and good fun. We had a lot of fun doing our scenes.
And just finally, another film that you've got coming up is The Dark Valley, which we saw in Berlin Film Festival. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's based on a book that was pretty successful in Germany a few years ago. It's set in the Austrian Alps, and it's an isolated valley town where an American stranger rides into town. It's sort of in the Western genre, but all in German with Austrian dialect. And it's a sort of revenge schnitzel Western in the snow.
Wonderful. Sold.
Sold. Sweet.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time.